I told you about. Did I tell you my Apple Watch story?
Is it a good podcast story?
Maybe. I don't know. I never think any of my stories are good podcast stories. So, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. Hold on. Hello and welcome to No Kidding Podcast. My name's Andrew.
And I'm Lisa.
Okay. Now, Lisa's going to tell us a story. Go ahead, Lisa.
Once upon a time, I had an Apple Watch, and then due to unforeseen circumstances, it has now disappeared and is lost, and I'm very sad about it. It's been like over a month now gone, and I don't know what to say. So I need a collective. I need you collectively to have positive thoughts. Send it out to the universe that I find this thing because I love it and I miss it so much, and I'm trying not to have that much of a connection with it because I feel like maybe that was the reason it disappeared. You know, when you have a connection with something and then you're like, you're holding on too tight. You need to let it go.
You force it away, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when like it's a product and
right.
You feel like you're shilling out.
Mm-hmm. So Andrew and I were talking about...
It's like a material vapid connection.
Yeah, it's really unnecessary. I don't need it. I want it. So Andrew and I were talking about how technology can't hide from you these days because you could just say, hey, Google, alert where my phone is, or tell me where my phone is, or for Apple.
Why don't you do that?
Apple, you just say, like, whatever. And I did have...
whatever.
Hey, whatever. Where are you? Maybe that's it. I treated it so bad. But no, I have Find My app, Find My iDevices, Find My iPhone, Find My everything turned on, and I had it turned on, but the problem is it was over a weekend, and I don't wear it every day because like if you're getting in the shower, like I don't leave it on all the time. Like I take it off when I'm sleeping. I take it off when I take a shower. Sometimes I take it off for other reasons, like.
What about sleep tracking? I
know I've tried that, but it does these little alerts and it wakes me up. Like it'll vibrate sometimes, and it's like
Psst, I just want to let you know you're doing a really good job. You're sleeping really well. Let's keep it up.
Thanks, asshole. No, I'm kidding. This is why you left me, but
he's like, wow.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you a little encouragement,
right,
during your prime REM cycle.
You don't get me. So anyway, I didn't have it on, and I went to work, and when I was at work, I was like, oh dang, I forgot to put my watch on today. And then so I didn't think about it. I was like, oh, it just must be at home, and I just forgot to put it on, which is rare and weird, but I was like, maybe I just was in a rush or something. Got home, didn't really think about it, and I always take it off, before bed anyway, so I went to bed, didn't think about it. And then I got up the next day and I went to work again, and I was like, oh, dang it, I forgot again. And then when I got home, I immediately was looking for it because I was like, dang, I forgot to put it on twice. That's weird. So by that point, it obviously had a low battery. I was able to turn on Find My iPhone, and it said it was at my house. So I was like, okay, it's got to be at the house. Well, here's the thing. So I was like, I looked everywhere for it. So then the next day I left the house, and for some reason I had some time and I was bored somewhere like between cases or whatever. And I was like, I'm just going to check again, like check where my iPhone or my watch is. And then it said it was at the last location I was at, like at a school that I was at. And I was like, what? Maybe it's in my car. I was like thinking like, oh my gosh, it must be in my car. That's the problem. And so like I tore my car apart when I got home and everything, couldn't find it. And then I started looking up, and basically it says like once it dies, it starts pinging to your phone, like any of that. Great. Yeah. So now it's like, well, basically it just follows my phone everywhere. So now I don't even know if it was ever at my house or if it was, but then I was like, oh, but I have a security system. So I have cameras, on the outside.
Oh yeah. Just backtrack your entire life.
Basically. Yeah. I've backtracked like basically when I came into the house, like, so we have like a Ring camera, and we have like a camera on the house that sees just our driveway. So I can.
Oh man, you're like a detective.
Yeah. So basically I was like,
see here, okay. She's entering the home. She has the watch.
Yes. So I had the watch the last time I came in the house. The next time I exited the house, I didn't have it. And I didn't have it since then. So I never left the house with it. So it must be in this house somewhere. Okay, so I've torn the house apart, like, and I don't have a lot of stuff. Like, I'm kind of more on the minimal side. I mean, I'm total minimalist, but I don't have a lot of stuff.
Keep
like
a pretty sparse area.
Yeah, like, I mean, it could have fallen in like a weird place that I haven't been able to get to yet, or, I checked all between the cushions and everything, like things like that. Like, I don't know. I really have no idea what to do here. I don't know where to look. I've looked everywhere. But I just feel like one day I'm going to come across it and be like, wait, like when he thinks that I've had enough time to process my emotions and really appreciate them, I'll have it back. Sure. But
That's
yeah. But yeah, anyway.
Do you just walk around going, I'm sorry?
Yeah, sorry. I do actually. Don't judge me. But it's really weird.
What's his name? Timey?
Timey? Aw, that's cute. No, I actually never named it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he felt so neglected. I never gave him a name. Is it even a man? I don't know. Like, is it like a female? Is it like...
You're going to have to use they, them until you figure it out.
Yeah, that's... Because the energy feels more masculine because it's like I wear like... It's a black band. It's a black like face.
Right.
But I do have like my screen is more like a little bit of femininity in there, so it's kind of.
Oh, okay. Well, nobody's all completely one or the other, right? It's a spectrum. So,
yeah. So maybe I'll name it like a gender neutral name, like Joe, Joey. Is Joey? I don't know. That seems.
I mean, yeah, like Andy or.
I want a cooler name, like Zython. Or something like that.
Well, it's androgynous.
Or is
it's probably even like human agnostic.
Well, see, that's what it is. It's an AI, so it's not.
Yeah, that's true. That tracks. I like it.
Okay. So Zython, we'll go with that.
But Zython has a female voice if it uses Siri.
Oh, So Zythonia.
gotta put an A on the end.
Yeah, that's what makes it more girl. So
you gotta respect the genders,
right? And I'll make it with a Y, like a ZY, so it's got that because yeah, that makes it a little more like cool. So that's my watch story. So guys, just like really send out positive energy into the universe. But okay, so
you're saying like it was between the two cameras and it was gone.
Yeah, it was okay. So here's the potential
from one frame to the next. Where
there is nothing.
How much of your house were you in unsupervised?
Okay, so it was the same day. So I went in the house, I had it on, and then I went outside to take the garbage out, and I had it off. And then I never left the house again with it on, and I didn't have it on after that. I remember like I never had put it on after that. So.
Was it in the trash?
Okay.
Were you taking it off over the trash and you were thinking about something?
Well, here's the thing is like Mike kind of thinks that the only solution, if it's not actually in the house, is that it fell off while we were taking the garbage out. However,
well, the image clearly shows.
Well, it was not on when I took the garbage out. It was off. So if it fell off, it would either be, like in the garage, because it doesn't show inside the garage. But it was.
Can you tell me where each of your security cameras are pointed?
Sorry. Yeah, no, actually that is in the garage. No, but so it could be in the garage but here's the weird thing. Normally I throw a bunch of stuff away. I get all the garbage into the garbage can or into the garbage bags and whatever. Like I really clean up. But I had done that previously in the week. So like really all I had to do, and I had, so we have a recycling sort of bin also, but this time because we had ordered food, we had a, like a big, what do they call it? Not cardboard bag, but like a paper bag, like with handles and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of a bigger bag. And so we were putting recycle stuff in that because we were going to recycle the bag anyway, so. Even the bags recycled. Right.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, so basically Mike took all the garbage out. I just took the recycling out, and all I had to do was grab the handles of this thing and put it in the bin. So that's literally all I did. So, and I would have felt it fall off. I would have heard it fall off. So I genuinely do not believe that it's in the recycling that got taken. So to me, it's like there's literally no other possibility, and unless that's just wishful thinking, but there's no other possibility than it being in this house somewhere. And it's just baffling that I haven't been able to find it. That's just so weird because it's nowhere.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
But anyways, I'm just hoping one day it'll be revealed to me. But so what's interesting about this is, so when I was at in the mountains, we go to this place called the Sinks, and you know it very well. It's a big rock that you jump off of into the water. And while we were there, our older brother Tim, he was snorkeling around and like diving down and like looking under the water with a snorkel on. He found an Apple Watch.
Oh
yeah. So
so you're net zero.
Well, yeah, but like for me,
the universe just decided that was your watch now.
Well, here's the
thing.
And
this one would go to somebody else.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a like paying forward. So like they paid it to me, and then I pay mine to someone else. You know, but no, but he gave it. He's like, okay, can we figure out how to turn on and figure out if like they have a number on there? Because like with me, I turned it on so that when you lose it, if somebody finds it and turns it on, it gives like your number or gives a way to contact Apple that they can contact you, you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is actually somebody else's watch. No, shut up, delete. How do I reformat this thing?
No, but like my immediate thought was, oh my gosh, I know exactly what this girl feels. Or boy, I don't know. So I was like, I want to get it back to her, you know, like I feel bad for her because like I would be in distress, you know, obviously. So, but right. Tim was thinking like, you know, like, well, maybe, you know, if you can't find her, then you could just keep it, whatever. And I'm just assuming it's a girl because on the face of the background, it has a picture of a girl, but it could be somebody's girlfriend. I don't know. But I think it's from another country because, I mean, it's all in English, but there's certain things about it that are like, I don't know, like it's like the time is like European time and it's.
Oh, you know. Yeah, weirdo.
No, but like it's...
Absolute weirdo.
Yeah, and it's... Anyway, but I can't... So, anyway, we couldn't figure it out. And then after we brought it home, I was looking up, like, what to do with the lost iPhone. And they're like, bring it to the nearest police station. Because they're the ones that are going to find the people first. And I was like, dang it. I didn't even, like, think about that when I was there. I was like... I thought the only way, and I don't know. And then they're like, oh, or just, you know, try to bring it to an Apple store and maybe they can figure it out by looking through it.
Now you're going to have to mail it a ways.
I know. So anyways, it's been a whole thing, but I still have it. I don't know how to get it to them. And then somebody else was saying like, well, why don't you just keep it? Why don't you just reformat it? And I'm like, I have no idea how to do that. And I was kind of looking up what would happen if I did that. And I don't even think that's possible to do. Like
I'm sure
they've integrated like ways of that. I don't know. Anyways, so I don't know. Like
I believe in you.
Yeah. So, but I feel bad even like, well, A, taking it from the girl, and then if I do end up keeping it, B, taking it from Tim because technically he found it. But so that's the whole iWatch.
So this doesn't belong to you in several senses.
No, it doesn't at all. It'd be like, and then it's like negative juju on me. And now I'm never gonna.
That's right.
Now I'm never gonna find my phone or my watch. So,
will you question your energy, universal energy theory if you reformat the watch and immediately find your other one and have two?
Ooh, I don't know. But so like,
or will you be like, oh, now I'm really in debt?
Yeah, now I really owe somebody something. Yeah, I don't know. But if you were in the mountains in Tennessee at the Sinks. And you were swimming and you lost your watch and it's white. Well, I shouldn't tell you what it looks like. Just let me know.
They call you and you're like, what does it look like? And they're like, hold on, let me re-listen to that segment of the podcast. It's white?
I've told all the details about it. Like, it's white. It has a girl on the cover, you know. But you'd have to describe her perfectly. Yeah. Anyways, that's my saga. So,
that's wild.
Yeah, what's new with you?
Well, I guess while we're talking about devices, you lost one, I got one.
Oh.
So maybe I took a little bit of your energy.
Awesome for you.
I've actually got a couple pretty good deals around like Amazon Prime Day and stuff. There was like some pretty cheap stuff. I ended up getting for some reason $30 is the magic number, but I got some of those like Echo shows, and then I got have you ever heard of a Spotify car thing?
Is that what it's called? Spotify car. Oh yeah. Yeah, actually because I have Spotify, so it gives me ads. And
right.
I don't need it because my car automatically connects to my phone and it plays through the whatever. But Mike wanted to get it because his car doesn't do that, and it gets kind of annoying having to plug it into like a Bluetooth thing every time. So he was thinking about getting it, but he hasn't yet. So
honestly, it was kind of one of those things that I was like, well, I don't really see a big use for that. My car doesn't have that, but I also just am fine using my phone or whatever. So it's for anybody that doesn't know, this is like a little device. It's basically a second screen for your phone, but it just displays Spotify controls. So you essentially attach it to your car. Like it has a little mount that comes with it. It's similar to a phone mount, and it's about the same screen size as a phone, but it actually has like a little tactile wheel on it, and like play pause buttons, and it's a touch screen, and then it's got a row of buttons on top where you can like save your favorite playlist or whatever. And then it's basically just like a little built-in like how they have the infotainment systems in cars, like a little built-in stereo like device but specifically for playing like Spotify over like what's ever connected to your phone. Like you connect your phone to the car's Bluetooth or whatever, and then you can like play, pause, pick songs, and do everything you need from this little device.
Yeah. Mike wanted it because like the ones he has now, he has to plug his phone into it, and then he can't really use his phone unless like messes
that's super
up.
annoying. It like takes over your phone. It like hijacks your phone. Right. So, and you know how it's annoying to have to like swap back and forth between like navigation and the music and whatever. I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. But I found out best thing for it is I just have it on my desk. It's like a little stream deck, but for your Spotify music. Like I'm almost always listening to music like, while I'm at my computer. So it's just like I have this little screen off to the side. Here, I'll send you a pic throw it in the show notes.
Okay.
It's like off to the side, and I just have like a handy little place where I can see whatever song's playing. I can like skip around. I can adjust the volume and pause it, and like, you know, do whatever I want to. And it'll even work on certain other apps. Like if I'm listening to a YouTube video or something, like if I just have the audio only, I have the phone in my pocket, but I'm just like listening to the YouTube. I can, it has controls for that too. So I can like adjust the audio, play, pause, all that stuff from this little, like, it's like a little media deck. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I was not expecting it to be that big, first of all, but secondly, to be like an actual screen like that. Like I thought it would be much smaller, and but that's cool. Because I guess
and it was awesome. It was like, because I guess here's the other thing, like Spotify immediately discontinued this. Apparently a month after they released it, they stopped making it. And
you're like,
so
got some
I've got a limited edition.
Yeah.
It was, I think they're trying to get rid of their stock because they had a huge sale that was like, it was $30 for this thing. And it was just like, it's like a touchscreen. It's got this like nice, it's like, it feels like a pretty premium product. Like it's got like a tactile wheel on it and everything, rubberized. It's like really nice. And then like I could just stick it on my desk and listen to music and like do whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know it was like that, because I was like, I don't need it because I have a car. I already, I don't need it. But I would like it for, like you said, for being at your desk or being at, in your room or, whatever. Yeah.
I thought like one thing that would be cool for it is if, because it just has like a little metal plate on the back, and an actual mount for it that goes into your car is like a magnet. So you can pretty much stick it in, like you can like magnetize it to anything.
Oh, that's cool.
It'd be cool to like put it out during a party and just have people like jukebox style, like go up and like add songs to the queue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like play whatever they want.
I have a Spotify
cool
ramp to go on a little bit.
Ooh.
Well,
they're hot right now.
Yeah, they are. I like Spotify. So this is kind of like a love-hate thing. But so sometimes I actually like this feature because I do actually learn about new artists and new music. However, I would like the option to choose to do this. So has this ever happened to you where you have a playlist and you hit, you want to listen to that playlist, and then it'll start playing songs that aren't on your playlist, and you're like, what's going on? And then you look at it and it says, this is based on your playlist. These are songs based on your playlist.
That's you just turn off the enhanced feature on the playlist. So there should be like I'll see if I can take like a screenshot. I think this is because that's I'll sometimes turn these on my playlist. I think by default it's off though, so that's kind of weird that it's just like happening randomly for you. Maybe I just turned it off originally and then I thought it was default off. But yeah, there's like a little.
Oh, I see, enhance.
Yeah, you see those little stars.
I just turned it on. It wasn't on before.
Oh, is it only at the end of your playlist, or is it like in the middle?
What do you mean? Enhance?
No, because like I know when I reach the end of a playlist and I don't have like loop on, it'll just start playing other songs that aren't on my playlist. I do like it'll basically go into like a similar playlist.
Yeah, that's kind of what it does. But it does it. So the times that I notice it the most, and mine is on shuffle, whatever. But the times I notice it the most is like, let's say I open up the app, I hit my playlist, I listen to the songs, and then I pause it, and then I go on and do other things. And like, let's say the next day, I open my thing up again, but it's already loaded because it was open from before because it's an app. But right. So I just hit play, and it's usually then that it starts doing that. Like, it's not the original time that I open it up. So basically I'd have to refresh it and then start it over so that it doesn't do that. I don't know why it does it, but I mean, sometimes I actually like the reason that it's kind of annoying is because like a lot of times I listen to it during a workout, and I don't want to stop in the middle of my workout to figure out what's going on. So I just keep listening to whatever it is, or because like I can't use my hands or something. And sometimes it's actually beneficial because I actually do appreciate it and I like it. But right. Other times it really annoys me because it's like I specifically wanted to listen to certain songs for this workout or something. And anyway, so that was my little love-hate relationship with that feature. But
that's pretty weird.
Yeah. So maybe,
yeah, I don't know. I don't see any settings like that other than the enhance feature. So you said you turn
my enhance feature is off, but like because I just pushed it and it turned on. So originally it was off. Also another thing, and maybe I need to reinstall the app or something. But so you know how you can turn off and on the shuffle? I can't turn the shuffle off and on. It's just always on shuffle. Like if I hit shuffle, it's always green. It doesn't like stop shuffling.
Maybe you need to reinstall.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my app. But so no shade on Spotify. I love Spotify. It's great. It's so weird because I was kind of against transferring to Spotify for a long time because I had Amazon Music and I had Pandora for a while. And I always thought like, oh, Pandora is superior. But once I don't remember why, but I think it was like a free trial or something. And I was like, let me try Spotify for real. Let me see what the hype's about. Yep. And I actually like really liked it. I was like, oh, this is way better. Like
let me tell you,
more than
the hype is real.
It's mostly the app. Like, so I know I'm complaining about the app right now, but
but disregard that.
It's actually way more user friendly and easier to like, navigate and stuff, especially when you're trying to get to a song or trying to do something. So compared to the other platforms that I use, but
I think like I have not a unique, but I have a wider view on this, I guess, because I was bouncing back and forth between a lot of different music platforms for a while now. Like I kind of landed on like Google Music for a while. And then that was pretty good, but they just ended up like canceling that like Google does. They just decided, no, that's not a thing anymore. It's now YouTube Music. And it's the same thing, don't worry. And then they ported over all your playlists and stuff, but then they were like, some of them were YouTube videos for some reason. And it was just like super weird. Like, they have a really weird system. It's like, yeah, we have every song on the face of the earth, but it's just like the app was super strange how it worked, and it was not user friendly, and was just kind of annoying sometimes to find like the song you wanted or just like find music. Like it was also just really hard to I've kind of grown used to music platforms starting and mainly revolving around how good Pandora is at like recommending you songs. Right. And I still think they're probably the best in my opinion. Yeah. But after I switched to Spotify, I'm like, this is the one-stop shop, man. They have everything. Like they have good recommendations. They have like radios that, premix that actually are like pretty good. They have a bajillion playlists made by people because everybody in the world uses Spotify for whatever reason. These are the reasons. And they have all of these like integrations. Like there are so many different things that you can get like it's like, oh, you use Spotify? Okay, well there's that's now on your desktop, so it's just like in the little toolbar. And also we see that you're on Discord. Would you like your friends to see what song you're listening to? Oh, would you like to, like, anywhere you are, it's just like, just so you know, you can have Discord here too.
Yeah, I think Spotify was excellent at their marketing strategy. I think it was super trendy, and that's why a lot of people got on at first, and it might not have been, because I do remember trying. I feel like I tried it and I was like, I didn't really like it, and that's why I went back to Pandora for a long time when it first started coming out and stuff. People were talking about it, and I think that the majority of people did, start using it because like other people were using it and it became trendy, and that allowed them to gain that following and that probably money and everything to invest,
took the lead
and take the lead. And they were really good about like the business strategy behind that, and they really thought about what's the best way to get this out and like improve it. And they do listen to people, and they do improve things, and they do, so from that I can totally respect and
they just have like the ability to play in like the way that they've actually gone with music that I feel like is so clunky and awkward with most other devices. Like if I'm on my phone and then I sit down at my computer and I want to like charge my phone, I don't want to use that for my playback anymore. So I want to like listen to the playlist I was listening to at the time, but now on my computer. So I got to like go to YouTubemusic.com and then like find that playlist and then go to the place in the playlist and play the same song, I guess. With Spotify, you literally like just sit down and say, I'm at my computer now, listen there.
Yeah.
And like Spotify automatically just starts playing on your computer, like as if I had just like
paused it and like gone on there. Yeah, I love that feature. Like, that was one really good thing that they did, was integrating all the different apps on all the different devices. It's kind of crazy, but like, do you know that there's people out there in the world, and not to hurt anyone's feelings if this is you, but they
use spaces instead of tabs?
No, they like listen to music on YouTube. Like they just play video after video after video.
Oh yeah, that's why YouTube they did YouTube Music, because they're just like, well, I guess this is where people like music. And then it's like, well, I don't know.
Well, like how can you like it's a video though, and it's taking up more data, and like if you're driving around or you're, I don't know, it just feels like it would use up more and slow you down.
Yeah, there's a few considerations I think make them a good option for some people, and that like if you want, first of all, like a very specific rendition of a song, like there's 1,000 different uploads on YouTube. Like there, you if you dig far enough, you can probably find like, oh well, this is the remastered or the unremastered track from like the 1986 original version of this. Or you'll get like the, like 3 different versions of different live performances or whatever. And then also it's all free. Like they're all just YouTube videos, right? So even though they're like demonetized because they weren't uploaded by the original creators or whatever, they're still there and you can listen to them. And also everybody has YouTube installed anyway. And then for people that I think have the free feature where you can turn off your phone and keep listening to YouTube playback, they don't actually they don't actually download the video while the screen is off, I believe. So you're literally just like streaming audio. So it's the same as if you had, like Spotify
so
playing or something.
That's the new thing. So like if you pay for YouTube Premium, you can turn the screen off and it still plays. But like before, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I know before, so maybe it's different now, but before you had to keep your screen on for it to play. If you turned it off or changed screens or something, it would turn off. So that was another reason why.
Kind of. Yeah, you can do it, but you could do it before, but it was like kind of a janky thing. And like, I think Google really tried to start cracking down on it. So like they stopped making it work on Chrome and stuff. It was basically if you weren't in the app. And then they stopped making it work on Chrome, but it's still if you download like Firefox for your browser and stuff. Like I think a lot of that stuff will allow YouTube to play back in the background. And now there's even people that just have like they're like off-brand YouTube apps, and they work just like the YouTube app, but they have like all the premium features essentially unlocked. Like it'll automatically block ads, it'll automatically like play in the background.
Oh yeah. Well, I threw dirt on this, but now I'm remembering that sometimes when I'm working at my computer, I have like actually kind of recently there was a YouTube video of like this really cool sort of like rain sound, and I did
see there's also other stuff that's not music that is kind of like audio things that you want.
That's true. I have done that, so sorry.
Yeah, I actually do use YouTube still a lot for music, but mainly for like mixes. Like I think they have some pretty good, like if YouTube has that crazy awesome algorithm that like is like, I know where you live and what you like to eat for dinner. They can recommend you like the perfect playlist. I feel like a lot of the time, like they'll usually be like on my homepage a little what to listen to next, and it'll just be nice. They're all pretty good bangers. I still like the like radios and stuff from Spotify, even though they can get a little stale.
Yeah. One thing I've been liking lately is remakes of older songs, like from my generation, songs like from
my generation.
Yeah, like in my high school or whatever time frame or whatever. But like people who sing it with their own spin on it kind of change up the way but it's like the same song but different. I've been really liking that lately. And I don't know. Well, so I was thinking just about all the copyright claims and stuff, and like I don't know how people.
So I got to thinking about copyright claims.
Yeah, because I got a copyright claim on a TikTok video, which I felt really bad about because I was like, I don't know what I thought. I just thought
it's a Wild West. I don't think anybody's policing that really. I guess there's like one person going around being like, hey.
Well, yeah. So like first they gave me a copyright claim, but they also removed the sound from my video. Oh. So now I'm like, I just have a silent movie playing. So, and I was really bummed.
How avant-garde.
Yeah. But I left it up for a week and it had zero interaction. Well. So I was like,
they had to have at least one. Somebody must have watched it too.
Well, that's
give
true.
You a copyright claim on it.
I don't know, but
you should get a view from that bot.
Yeah, right. But so I deleted it and I'm going to put it with different music, whatever. But what was annoying about it is that I edited the video because it's like kind of like a compilation of climbing Mount LeCount, which is what we talked about in last episode, the trip up to the lodge at the top. So anyway, it's a video.
Yeah, where you got flooded.
Yeah, right. But I specifically chose a song and edited the clips with that song. So I'm like,
the timing.
So yeah, I'm basically just going to put another song over it and just hope it looks good enough. But it's not going to make sense. It's not going to have the same effect as I wanted it to have.
All right.
But
now you got to put in all the effort again if you want it to look good. So
right. I don't have time.
Might as well just do another montage.
I could. I mean, like I spent so much time on it. So I'm like, I'll just, whatever. I'll keep it. I put it up on Instagram and Instagram was fine with it. So I was like, okay.
Instagram's like, no problem.
But they might have rights to the song, whereas like TikTok might not. I don't know. But, because I put them up at the same time and, whatever. But, yeah, what was I going to say? Something about that. Oh, and just, yeah. So like, I was wondering if you make a song, because I know well, I'll tell you about this in a second. But so if you make a song that is, not.
Hold on with me, audience.
Yeah, there's cliffhanger. There's like some rules against, like if you remix a song that already exists, is that.
Yeah, it has to be a cover. I think if you do the music yourself, you're fine.
Okay. So that's weird because like I've heard of people that get copyright claims when they sing the song in their car.
Yes. I'm not saying legally if you do a cover, you're not legally bound by that. But I think YouTube don't play like that. It's like if they hear anything that sounds like that song, then they'll get you. Because you could easily like, tune it a little bit like weird, like do something weird with the bass and be like, no, that's my own rendition.
Right.
And it's like, no, we're just going to copyright claim.
Well, so the cliffhanger part was, okay, so, I was telling you about Nathan For You last time. So one thing that we kind of learned, which was interesting. So basically, he was helping out a coffee shop, like a little coffee shop in California. And he's like, well, what would bring in a lot of business is if you made people think that you were a Starbucks to get them in the door. And so, but then he had like to go around all these legal things because he didn't want to get in trouble for using their likeness or whatever.
Right.
So he learned that if you make it a parody, then It's
Oh
legal.
yeah, that's true.
So
you're allowed to do it as a joke.
He created a coffee shop called Dumb Starbucks, and everything in there was like making fun of Starbucks essentially, and like. But,
would they intentionally get your name wrong when they asked for you?
Yeah, I don't know, things like that. And he was like,
they're like Melissa, and they're like Kayla. Got it.
Yeah, but what's funny about that is that actually he ended up having to close it because,
no kidding,
because they didn't have the right health inspection, like the health stuff.
Wow. Out of left field, the health inspector comes in and it's like, I'm shutting you down.
Basically. That's a spoiler, sorry. But
that was it. Yeah, that was a twist.
Sorry. But it's actually really crazy how far it got. Like because like he got so many people. He got the line was out the door. The people would wait in the line for like an hour to go there. And the news came and did like a spot on him because they're like, you won't believe this. There's a dumb Starbucks that popped up, and he got all this national attention. And so like people,
wow.
Were interviewing him and like whatever. It's a funny. I don't know. It's funny. I don't know how much. I mean, obviously the news stories are real. He loves going on the news and like making them think that it's real, whatever he's doing. But
right.
But yeah. Anyways,
like make it a whole big deal.
Yeah, but it was funny because like somebody's like. So, I forget how it came up, but somebody was asking about the health or like the quality of the food or something.
Somebody in the background's like, that doesn't look very safe.
And he's like, well,
those temperatures are wrong.
This is art.
A parody.
Yeah, it's a parody. It's art. So if you get sick, it's part of the experience.
This guy's a brilliant businessman.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys gotta watch that show because it's very, especially if you like, I don't know, unique business ideas. I
don't know if we talked about this. You're a big fan of Louis Theroux, right? Did I tell you? Did we talk about his TikTok viral sensationism?
Oh yeah, no, I don't think we talked about it, but I know, of course I know about it, and I've really considered doing one, like doing a TikTok with that sound because it's genius. Like I love it. But it's so random.
You gotta do it before it dies.
It's so random.
Yeah, it was. Did you see where it was from? Like that interview?
Yeah, of course. I knew exactly.
That was a very interesting.
When I heard it, I was like, I knew exactly.
You're like, oh, I know this.
And I was like, like the second I heard it, it was like not Louis Theroux related at all. The TikTok that I saw it on, obviously. And I was like, wait a minute, that's Louis Theroux. Like, wait a minute, what is this? This is so random. It's like such a because he's not.
I originally saw it over a fat ass bumblebee.
That's funny. I love that. That's so funny. You have to send me that because that sounds like it would be hilarious.
You were saying?
Yeah. Anyway, it's just so random and like he's popular, but he's not like, especially in the United States, he's not like really that well known. And that particular series that he did is even probably less known because it's not one of his newer. It's an old series, so it's like so strange, but. I mean, hey, it's so weird what goes viral. It's so strange to me because
you cannot
predict it. It's so weird.
It's like the stock market.
Yeah, it's true. It's
yeah. I mean, that was also such a fascinating interview because I also separately, I assume it was because of this, but at a different situation, I saw I forget her name, that girl that does those interviews. Like she's a British girl and she takes people on like awkward dates, I guess. Like that's the style of interview it is. It's essentially like like between two ferns, kind of like awkward interviews, but it's almost like a like she said, it was like she takes them to a fish and chip shop, which I guess is like fish and chips. Right. Or no, it was a chicken and chips shop. Weird. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they were just like doing an interview in this random like KFC looking place. And like they're intentionally trying to be like super awkward back and forth to each other. I guess that's like the vibe of the show while doing an interview. And yeah, the way he just like deadpan like recites his rap was like great. Yeah,
he's great. That's such a good episode too. Like if you guys ever do look up his rap episode or whatever. Have you seen it? Did you see the actual?
No, I saw the clip.
Yeah.
That where he just like deadpan like recites it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's great. It's so weird how things do go viral. Have you seen? There's a YouTube channel that's called Stuff Made Here.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, the best part of that guy is his wife.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
That channel has she's the best part of that channel.
I mean, obviously it's an act. Like I doubt she's really that pissy. Like, I think it's just part of like the.
I think that's just her humor,
Yeah.
is that she's like, oh, come on, you're dragging me into another one of these videos.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is about. But she's used to it. Like, she knows who she married.
Right. So it's funny because you were talking about last time, you were talking about your 3D printer and how you didn't want to leave it in the living room because Laura might get annoyed by that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it just made me think of that. Yeah, same.
That's the best part of every episode. He's a brilliant man, honestly. Like,
it's crazy.
I will say he way over engineers things, but other than that, like, he's just does things like so in such an awesome way. Like, he's like, what's this insane problem to fix? I want to throw a ball into a room and then it just go into a hoop every time. So he like jerry rigs this whole system of like pulleys and stuff to like pull a basketball hoop through a room at like 100 miles an hour so that it can like catch a ball in its net.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, like, and he just like builds this in his shop, and then he like brings his wife in, who's just like, why are you doing this? Like, what is the point?
It's like, why not? I have the money, I have the time.
And she's always like, okay, and she's like lightly supportive, but mostly just like, why am I here? She's like, that's cool. And he's like, no, try it. And he always like does something to mess with her, like he'll have a wife mode that just like makes it miss. And he's like, you're not doing it right. And she's like, yeah, okay. I'll see you.
That's so funny.
And he's like, no. I love that interaction. It's great. It's great dynamic.
Yeah, that's how you and your wife are, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Except it's like, why is this here? This needs to go away. And I'm like, this is the brains of our entire house. And she's like, I unplugged it.
Oh, you thought it was the brains. This whole time it's been me. I'm the brains.
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh,
I love that channel. That has similar vibes to the guy I was talking about last week. The I Did a Thing guy.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole like YouTube genre that I love of like insane like creators. Like there's maker channels where they're like, I seriously want to make like a bookshelf for my son's bedroom, and it's like, that's cool. I want to build an X-ray machine in my garage. And he's like, it's perfectly safe, I promise. And he's meanwhile like just taking alligator clips and like clipping like car battery clips and like clipping them onto his like mains breaker.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, it's fine.
Wow. Yeah. Though I do enjoy watching like when something's created or made or the history behind something or anything like that. YouTube's awesome for like learning, it's kind of like that's how it started really, so it makes sense. But
yep. I wouldn't classify these channels so much for learning. I'm never going to make a thing. Yeah, it is learning
like,
though. You're right,
learning,
because
you're not going to do it, but you can still learn. Like you can appreciate.
I'm going to totally reverse my opinion on this. I think you learn more from these because these guys are pushing the limits on what somebody can do in their garage. The fact that this guy made a working X-ray in his garage, he did.
Wow.
Like he took an X-ray of his hand in his garage. I don't know if he got cancer afterwards, but he went over some things about how it's probably safe.
Okay. Well, as long as it's probably safe, it's good.
Yeah.
That's
why. But I'm like, obviously, this is research done by a guy in his garage, so who knows?
Yeah, right. True.
Yeah. There's. Oh my God. Have you heard of Michael Reeves?
Is he in relation to Christopher Reeves? No, I don't. Think so.
No. He's the kid. He looks like he's 12, but he's kind of brilliant and like hilarious most of the time. He acts like a spazzed out 12-year-old most of the time. Okay. So like classic YouTuber energy. But the way he just like, he's pretty brilliant. He comes up with these like crazy ideas and stuff like, I don't know, just like he got one of those like Boston Dynamics robot dogs. Mm-hmm. You ever seen those? Yeah. And he like devised this whole system for it to pee, like so he could have a real like pissing dog.
Yes, I have seen.
Have you seen this?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he drove all the way to Boston so that he could have it pee on their building.
Yeah.
And then he also made the screaming robot Roomba, where like every time it bumps into something, it like yells out obscenities.
Yes, I did see that too. So yeah, I do know who he is. I have seen those.
Yeah,
he
made a fish that trades stocks on the stock market.
That's what I mean. Like, I love that creative brain that can just be unleashed on YouTube. It's like, yes, there's a lot of crap and there's a lot of things you have to filter through. And there's sometimes you watch a video and you're like, why did I click on this video? But there's so much gold out there. It's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah. One thing actually from like more of a chill, relaxing perspective, I've been getting really into, really into. Let's not overhype it. But YouTube trains. So it's basically
Trains?
like not conductors, but
Choo-choo.
engineers. Yeah, that drive trains. They stream like their entire route.
Yeah, I know those.
And it could be in the daytime. It could be at night. It could be wherever. It could be in a city. It can be in the
I play
mountains.
those like while I'm working.
You do? Yeah,
It's
nice. It's such a good thing to have in the background because it's like you hear the train, you can hear all of like the ambiance and everything, but also mostly it's just train on a track. But
I'll split my monitor because I have like the ultra wide.
Yeah. And
then I'll put on one side, I'll put a train going through like the high altitude in Norway.
Yeah.
So it has like all of this like beautiful snowfall. And I'll put like a fireplace on the other side and get like those great winter vibes.
There you go. That's the life. That's what I'm saying. And it's really good if like you wake up and you can't go back to sleep. If you have like any kind of insomnia or something, like just turn on one of those videos. I know you're not really supposed to watch TV when you're tired. Try reading first.
Freaking rules.
Try reading first, guys. But if it doesn't work, then just turn on one of these videos and watch it. It's so mesmerizing. Your eyes will just feel so heavy and you'll fall asleep.
You're like, try reading, and then once you give up on that, do this.
Yeah. I mean,
It'll
I'm
work.
all for reading, but yeah, I'm in between books
That's
right
awesome.
now. So as far as reading goes, I'm kind of on a standstill with reading. Oh no! I've just been really more into. I go through phases, Like right now, I'm in my TV watching zone where I've just been kind of like watching a bunch of series. I guess like whenever usually right before bed. But I watched the Time Traveler's Wife show. Like there's a movie called The Time Traveler's Wife, but I watched the show and it was really good. I mean, it's weird and creepy, and there's certain things about it that I'm like,
It's the worst, but it's great.
TV nowadays, you kind of have to take the good with the bad. Like it's rare. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen a show where I'm like, I loved every second of that show. There's like always going to be something that I'm like, I would have done something different there. But
you're like, this scene? No.
So watch that. I watched a couple episodes of this Netflix series called Web of Make-Believe. Have you seen that?
No, but it sounds great.
It's really interesting. It's basically like things that happen. It's like documentary style, but it's things that happen on the internet. So, for example, the first episode, I think it's the first episode, but it's called Death, Lies, and the Internet. And it's got like, it's called, well, that's one, but it's also, there's another one called Death by SWAT. And it's like people who get swatted. There's like a whole.
Oh, yeah.
So that's.
Yeah, I have heard about people dying from that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's, I love documentary style stuff. So that's one that, if you're into that kind of thing, I recommend that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I also got into, I think I might have mentioned this before, but I got into Gourmet Makes. Have you seen that show?
Ooh, I've not seen that show, but I love a good cooking show.
Yeah, it's by, so her name was Claire Saffitz.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that was the, okay, yeah. I have seen that one. That's the one on Bon Appetit,
yes,
right?
And it's
where she does like all of the different foods.
Yeah, she like tries to
yeah, I love that show.
But it's funny and it's interesting because it's like, and again, it's kind of like building and going back and forth and trying to figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work, and like, creating the recipe that's going to replicate an actual recipe. So like,
yeah, there's a lot of thought that goes into that. And the fact that like she can get there is fascinating. Like the fact that she can be like, well, it's a sort of like granular gelatin. So if I wanted to change the like whatever the enzymes in gelatin that harden so that they harden in this separate pattern, then I would have to. I'm like, she's doing chemistry right now. I thought she was a chef.
Right, it's interesting. And what's also kind of fun about it is it's not regular food. It's like convenience store food. So it's like the junk food. And she tries to like recreate it into like, well, it's weird because I think that the idea of the show was to create it into a gourmet version. However, she usually just tries to completely replicate it. So she tries to get as close
it's usually,
as possible.
I think the thing is that sometimes they change the recipe so that it's less like it has like less preservatives and all that other crap that would normally be in it. Like the whole process. Yeah, it's like instead of it being processed foods, it's like still a Cheeto, but it's actually made out of like, real wheat or whatever, like a normal flour and like not in some kind of substrate that keeps it from molding. Yeah.
And I just love her personality. It just like, it feels so comforting and like, but she's
fantastic.
She's fun, and like her interactions with the other people in the kitchen are funny and cool. So that's
She has her own channel.
Yeah, I know. I've watched a couple of them, and I actually made something of hers. What did I make? What was it? Actually,
you don't remember?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it, so that's probably. I think it was her. Oh, it was her chocolate chip cookies. It was like her.
Oh, interesting.
And it wasn't so much. It wasn't necessarily her fault. I mean, like I'm a terrible cook, so I take some.
You just gotta blame it on yourself.
I take some responsibility. I do think
Claire does no wrong.
I do think no. I mean, I think I didn't. There were some things about her recipe I didn't like. One of the reasons is she basically browns the butter, and it has more of like an darker like flavor to it. I don't know, but I didn't really love that flavoring personally.
Oh, that's hot right now. Everybody loves the brown butter right now. Everybody's browning their butter. If you don't brown your butter, what are you doing?
Here's the thing. I really was intrigued at first. I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. It's going to be so good. And it could potentially just be the way that I cooked it. It could be me. I probably messed it up. It's not the first time. So
it's not the first time, won't be the last.
Yeah. So anyway, but totally recommend watching that. Have you been watching anything?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Okay. No, I've kind of been on a binge of those like crazy maker creators. That's kind of why I brought it up. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're on opposite cycles, because now I feel like I'm in kind of a reading place. So I finished like Count Zero. I started reading Autonomous. I got through like halfway through it pretty quick, so I think I should polish that off pretty fast.
Was it good? Do you recommend them, or do you have a rating on any of their books?
I love Count Zero because it builds on the Sprawl universe, which was set up by Neuromancer. So this is books written by William Gibson. They're like quintessential like 80s style cyberpunk sort of stuff. That I love that kind of stuff, and I love the way he like sets up that universe. So I would recommend that. I think that probably the Neuromancer was a little more well written, but I thought they were both like really good. So as far as Autonomous is weird for me. It's like it was recommended to me based on like me liking kind of futuristic sci-fi, like cyberpunky kind of things. It is like a futuristic sci-fi, but it's weird. It's like pharma punk. It's like a kind of future where like chemistry and like pharmaceuticals and stuff like that are like a huge focus, and like that's the way that humanity has like progressed greatly, and like bioengineering. So it's like the like tables and stuff are made out of like a foam that gets excreted by bacteria, and that's like the main building material now, and like all this other like weird stuff where like, and people live in like these kind of like plant commune kind of places, and like but there's it's still like a dystopian future because like big pharma has taken over the world and patented like every chemical, but there's like these pirates that are fighting for like the free like chemistry or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting plot line, but it's got gay robots in it, so I'm happy.
Classic.
So I'll recommend it just based off that.
I thought all robots were like asexual, but
that's actually it's not the robot's not gay, but there's a guy that's gay for the robot. But is he? Because
I see,
because the robot doesn't have a gender, but it definitely feels gay.
They're spinning that possible angle. You never know.
Yeah, it's great.
It could turn that way.
Cool. Yeah. So I don't know, like as far as the writing, what would I say? Like the tempo of it so far is a bit slow, but I feel like you always feel like that when you're in the middle of a book. It's always just like, where is this going? I don't know.
Well, usually at the beginning, I'm like nearing the middle, but once you're in the middle, it should start to pick up.
You're like, oh, you should have picked up by now.
Yeah, I don't want to burst your bubble there, but.
Well, there was at least one cool fight scene by now.
Cool.
But that's about it.
So I guess this means you haven't watched Severance yet.
No, I haven't. I could get it, I guess, but there's no, let's say, above board way for me to get Severance. So, I'd have to do something. I keep seeing it recommended to me by all my platforms and people. So
cool.
It's a good show, huh?
I mean, it's worth watching, but I wouldn't go out of your way unless, if you get an opportunity to watch it, sure.
Yeah, I got interrupted watching. I was in the middle of ReZero. Well, not middle. I was like almost done with ReZero, which is crazy because I was like so into that show. But after having like week long things where I couldn't do anything, but so yeah, I got like it basically broke me out of the habit. It's like the best way to break a habit.
Yes. Yeah.
So I just need to find time to like, oh yeah, I need to start watching. You know, after you haven't watched a show in a while, and now you're like,
yes.
Well, now I gotta like remember what was going on.
Mm-hmm. There's probably so many shows that I watched several seasons of that I can't even remember that they exist. Like I don't even know they exist, but they probably have put out more seasons, and I'm just behind because I will never know because I'll never search for them again. Because I don't like. It doesn't really recommend to you previous shows that you watched. I feel like, I don't know, like, do you notice like even on like Netflix or any of those platforms, it doesn't really say
there's
like it says continue watching, but if you finished the series to the point where there's no more series, but then if it comes out with a new episode or season, how are you gonna know? Like,
oh yeah, no, Netflix definitely does it. I got a notification today that Riverdale is new seasons on Netflix because Lervin watches it all the time. There's like there's definitely like a new seasons section that like it'll pop up front and center for me at least. That will be like, this is a show you were watching,
really,
and then now there's new ones.
Okay, well I don't.
And
know.
then they also have a watch it again section, which is what I thought you were talking about originally.
I've seen those. But
it'll be like, hey, you watched all our Friends 3 years ago. Want to do it again?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. What?
No. Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I just feel like there are shows, unless those shows.
This is a Spotify situation again. You just got to restart it.
I know that might be true. But right now, like, is one like we were watching Better Call Saul. Have you ever? I don't know.
I've actually been wanting to watch that. I keep for some reason. You know when you get these weird like. I feel like YouTube is trying to mind control me. It like just a lot of clips of Breaking Bad have been coming up recently, and I'm like, that was a great show. Yeah. That was such a good show, and I just never got on to Better Call Saul, and I feel like I like the characters that are in it, like Bob Odenkirk's character and the Mike Ehrmantraut. Like those were some of my favorite characters. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, you definitely need to watch it. We were the same way. I mean, it's been out for years and we never touched it. And I also was like, it's, like, because you kind of get turned off by a spinoff because typically spinoffs are.
It also doesn't help that Breaking Bad was such a perfectly complete story. Yeah. Like, it felt like such a good, solid unit of a story that I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't even see. They almost ended it so well, even though it was like a show that I liked so much. I was like, nice, you did it. I'm done.
Right.
Like,
That's exactly how I felt. And then, like, so I didn't know anything about Better Call Saul before I got into it. I was like, okay, fine, we decided to just give it a shot because we had nothing else to watch, I guess. I don't remember. But, and I was actually pleasantly surprised with how they did it. So it's not a continuation. It goes back before. It's before Breaking Bad. It's a prequel. Right. So it's like, so the ending, so like the whole thing about Breaking Bad being so well done and like ended and completed and wrapped up. It's like,
I get it. They don't like have that. Ruin it or anything.
Exactly. Like you still have that, you don't. Yeah. So,
solid. Okay.
So it actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But with that said, we haven't watched the latest season. I mean, it's not even over yet. I don't think.
You don't know.
I think it's still going. I don't know.
Is it?
There's one more season.
Oh yeah, I think it is because well, in between they're like, oh, you want some Breaking Bad clips? They're like, so that must mean you want some Better Call Saul clips. And I'm like, no, I haven't seen the show. Stop.
Exactly. But
they're like, one way that they totally changed Walter White's ending or whatever, and I'm like, well, that thanks.
Yeah. One thing I can recommend though that does have I don't know how to say his name, but Bob Odenkirk. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Which again is another movie that I was not expecting much out of, but turned out to yes. Have you seen it?
No, but that's another one that people keep recommending me, and people are like, "This is a moment where I did not think this actor had this kind of range." But he does.
That, but also like like after a while you kind of get turned off to like movies sometimes. I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes like the blockbuster style movies, I'm like, it's so overdone. I'm like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel, I don't connect with it as well. And so it's been a long time since I've really watched like a new movie that's come out or, that within that range. But anyway, so we watched it, and it was actually really good. And the one thing that I loved about it more than anything else is, and I'm sure other people will say this too, they don't mess around. Like, there's no filler, like storylines or anything going on. It's like they get into it, and they
got a story to tell, and you better buckle up.
Yeah, you buckle up. You're on for the ride for the entire movie. It's not like there's no slow
fun.
Oh, let's build this character's storyline. Let's build this character.
Let's do a flashback to their childhood.
Yeah, none of that. It's like, which I really appreciated. I was like, man, this. It's just like YouTube. Like,
you're like, I hate exposition.
So I do sometimes. It's like, oh, is this really necessary? But it's just like on YouTube. You know how so many people have an intro, and they have in the
it is for YouTube videos that are like, these are two separate things though, because a movie's an hour and a half, and YouTube videos sometimes is like, it's like 5 minutes, and the intro and outro are each a minute.
Right. And so like, there, you know Tom Scott. I'm sure everybody pretty much knows him. He is like, this is something he has real strength at, is he never even introduces the video or anything. He's immediately he's on it. He's like,
you've read the title, you clicked this.
Yeah,
we're not gonna pussyfoot around.
If you click this video, you wanted to watch. You know what it's about. Like, I don't need to explain what it's about.
I think one time he answered the title was a question, and he answered it as soon as you click on it.
Yeah.
like I clicked on it, and he was like, "No," and here's why.
So he gets it. That's what I mean. Like, he's genius at that. Well, I wouldn't say genius. I mean, genius is kind of a big word to throw around, but he's good at that. Is all I mean. And I think more people should do that.
Yeah, I think especially for tutorial videos. Yes. I feel like tutorial videos are very much like, dun 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 dun, Jake's tutorials, and then it pans over, and then the words dissolve, and then it comes in, and it's like, hi and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be my tutorial for this thing, and I got the idea to do this tutorial when I was like messing around and then doing this kind of stuff. So make sure to watch to the end, because I show some other ways that you can maybe do stuff.
Check out my other things.
Subscribe. I have 2 other channels. If you actually want to see the stream where I came up with the idea for this video, it's on my Twitch channel. You can get it here. And I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Just tell us what the answer is.
So anyways, you just type string convert, and then there you go.
It's like, oh wow, thanks. I know. I've really loved when they came out with the chapters, like where people can put in chapters.
And, people still put them up there without chapters, but I'm glad that it's been so widely adopted.
Yeah. Oh, and now I don't know if you know this. I actually haven't.
I love people that put ad reads in their chapters, so I can just be like, next.
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is a new YouTube feature or not, but I don't know if you noticed this, but on a lot of videos, and I think it has to be over a certain amount of time, but so if you hover your mouse near the bar, like the progress bar, it comes up with like a little wave underneath. It's like see-through.
I know what you're talking about, like the heat map. You can see where people watch it the most.
Right. So you can if you're just want to check out a video, you don't want to really invest in the whole video, you can kind of jump to the areas that obviously people like the most.
Hey YouTube, I know a lot of people give you crap, and I know we were being like, why do people use YouTube for music? Well, we're like, well, we do, but why do people do? You're honestly innovators. Awesome. Great work. Hey. Yeah. Nice work. Good work, YouTube.
Good work, YouTube. We appreciate you.
Stop copyright and canceling people.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah. There was something about YouTube I was going to if I had to give a review of something they should do, but I don't remember now what it was.
That is it. It is such a cool feature. I love just sometimes I click on a video and I'm like, maybe there's something about the title is just isn't it crazy when this happens or whatever? I don't know, whatever. And then I'm just there's somewhere in this video that I want to, and then it's just there. I'm like, yep, a bunch of other people have the same thought as me, and there's a big wave there. Some guy found it, and then now we're all thank you. We're going straight to it
because and it's funny because a lot of YouTubers haven't learned this. They haven't learned that I guess that people want the information, especially like you said, tutorial videos or videos that you're learning something about, or just trying to get an answer about something, because they're not they're not your followers, so they don't care about half of the things you're talking about in the beginning. A follower would probably be fine with it because they know you, they like you, it's something new. But if you're trying to get new followers, probably don't give your life story at the beginning of every video.
Yeah, somewhere like half vlog style, and it's just like,
yeah,
so I'm gonna review this product, but first of all, like, here's my day in San Francisco. And it's like, great.
Yeah.
Where's the thing? Okay, at the end, got it.
Right.
Fun.
So that's our thoughts on YouTube and everything else going on. Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say.
Yeah. It's about that time, folks.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. Yeah.
You haven't eaten?
Well, Mike got me a salad, but I didn't have time to eat it.
That's just taunting.
I'm really looking forward to it because it's a summer salad. There's just something about a summer salad.
Summer salads.
I love them so much.
Yeah.
Woo! So not everybody likes fruit in their salad, but I do. I add
oh boy,
so many
I
layers.
do.
This is a whole other topic. But
I do like I like the Market Fresh salad from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, with the strawberries.
It's really
and
good. Mm-hmm.
And the dressing. And, so good.
Yeah, it's like the apple cider vinaigrette.
Yes.
Yeah, we can get specific about this.
They need to
this isn't Florida specific.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
No, it's not.
Oh, I was going to say.
I'm saying it's not so the audience can relate.
Right.
Finally.
We
talk about random crap. That's like, if you ever come to Orlando.
Just get Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Just get Chick-fil-A. Our salads are the best, I promise.
Yeah. Oh, Taco Bell came out with something recently. I was going to ask you if you tried it, but you probably haven't.
Of course. What is it?
I can't remember now. It was something weird. Like, Review Bra?
Yeah.
Like, he reviewed it, and I was like, I remember thinking, what was it?
The report of the week?
Yeah, the report of the week.
Taco
Bell.
I feel like I did try something at Taco Bell recently, and I can't remember either.
Okay.
Was it I remember trying their take on the chicken sandwich, which was good, but it was dumb.
The chickens. Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Remember when they had it was the chicken sandwich craze that like all the restaurants had to have chicken sandwiches, and they were all like, "Oh no, mine's way better than Wendy's or whatever."
Yeah.
It was like they were like chicken taco, and it was a fried chicken like strip, and it was a chicken strip taco basically. It's chicken tender taco.
Oh, that's so weird. I mean,
yeah, it was good.
It could be good actually, because like, McDonald's. I think McDonald's has something similar. I don't know. Oh,
they had the snack wraps.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And one of them was like they had a Big Mac snack wrap, which was like, so it looks so stupid to me. It was like they literally just like they made a Big Mac but without the bun, and then they just chopped it into strips, and then like put it into a wrap and like wrapped it up, so it's like a little bouquet of like like stripped ground beef.
I thought that was amazing. I don't know what, like, not amazing, but
it was good because it was like $1, and then you could get like this little wrap instead of having to pay like $5 for a Big Mac.
Ridiculous, like a big like huge. To eat a Big Mac. First of all, it's called a Big Mac for a reason, but second of all, they put so much lettuce and like I don't know, there's two things of meat.
Did you ever used to make the hacked ones? The hacked Macs?
What's the hacked Macs? No.
The hacked Mac, where you go to you go to the drive-thru, hopefully, because you don't want to like be staring the person in the eye while you tell them that you're insane. And you say into the little speaker box, you say, "I want 2 McDonald's hamburgers, but I want you to take everything off of them. Now add on onions, pickles, mac sauce, and shredded lettuce." And then you go and you pick it up and you swap out just the top bun. Take the top bun off one of the sandwiches and then make a Big Mac.
Ah, wow. Who would do that? Have you ever done that?
It costs half the money.
Well, I'm sure.
It is slightly smaller, but it costs like $2. It costs like $2 when the Big Mac is like $6.
True.
It's amazing.
Okay. Oh. Huh.
But then, they're like, "Hey, stop doing this."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "No, you can't stop me."
It's kind of like when certain drinks from Starbucks go viral, and then the people at Starbucks are like, "Please stop," because it's like the most complicated order. It's like,
the most like asinine. Like, "Hi, so I know that like you don't have dry ice back there, but could you go get some from Publix and then put that into the drink?" They're
like, "Fine," because they have to,
Yeah, they're like, "Yes, okay, that'll be fine. I'll just I was gonna take my break, but
whatever
I'll go do that."
God.
Like if you could blend up one of the lids into the drink, that'd be great.
Gross. Yeah,
Insane.
no, I haven't done that. But I have heard at McDonald's, I don't know if they still do this. I probably not. But like if you order from one of their touch screens and you get like certain items, I think it's just like you said, like a burger
I think
with
I know
no
what you're going to say.
meat, then like you can get it for free. Like you get like your meal
Yeah.
for free. There was some glitch.
You have to order a bunch of ketchup bread. So you have to remove the beef patty because it removes $1 from the dollar, or it removes like $1.10 from the dollar hamburger. So then you get back 10 cents. So you just do enough like meatless hamburgers to cover the cost of whatever you're actually buying.
Right. And it like cancels out and it's like $0.
Yeah, it comes down to 0, and then they just are like, okay, I guess I'm gonna catch up a bunch of bread for you. And you're like, don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Well, there you go, folks. You have some already known hacks in your bag of tricks now. So,
Classic.
It's the least we can do.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. And now with that, go eat and stay full. And
are you saying that to
again.
yourself?
No, I'm talking to our friends that are listening.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, we have other ones. This is actually like 45, so you have 45 more chances to be entertained. Right. I say chances because, they're not all going to be bangers, but some of them are life-changing.
They really are. We give some really
you gotta take the good with the bad.
Like everything. Like I was saying with the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, remember that time I was going to make a restaurant that had infinite soup that was forever?
Yeah.
The forever soup?
Forever soup.
That you just keep adding soup to the soup and it's soup forever?
Yes.
So anyways, go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah, if you haven't heard that episode, it's gold. You'll learn so much.
I don't have a number for you, but it's back there somewhere.
Yeah,
I think it was like 30.
That's part of the fun is the hunt. So
yeah,
get on that.
I think it was called Hunter Spot. I think that might have been the name of the episode.
Are you kidding?
Anyways.
That would be funny.
Because that's one of the names for it. Anyways.
Oh.
Continue. The type of soup we're talking about.
Yeah, so we're basically just, hypocrites. We ramble on and don't get to the point. So
yeah, I like talking about food mostly, like when you're starving. Like you're like, oh, I need to go eat my salad. And I'm like, hey, let's just do a podcast about food now.
Yeah. I was more talking about like how we diss YouTubers who ramble at the beginning of their video and never get to the point.
That's all we do though. Like that's what people are coming here for. If that's your brand, that's fine. If somebody's like intros and outros to the show and it's literally just an intro and the guy goes, how'd you like that? And then it's an outro.
I know.
That's his channel. That's fine.
We give little nuggets here and there, but generally no value whatsoever. Like just enjoy the conversation.
I'm going to, user, you already know this, but I'm going to now name this a podcasting tutorial.
Perfect. Yes, perfect.
And here it is. Okay, so guys, basically you just get a couple mics and like somebody else, because it's kind of weird if you talk by yourself. Those exist though. And then you just chat back and forth, and then you just go into a audio editor, and then you just like edit, like Audacity. I like Audacity. And then you just kind of like, make sure like things are level and stuff. It's good. And then you put it on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. And
don't forget to use Anchor.
Yep. Okay. Now, anyway, here's our outro.
See you later. Bye.
So long, very well, pip, pip, cheerio, we'll be back soon.
And in the distance, you'll hear this whispered tune.
Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum.
Yeah. All right.
That was in tune.
We're out. Yeah, of course.
I love you. Bye-bye.